I wanted to like past the monster meat, Milady, since it's a fantasy romance with a focus on food.
For a show that was supposed to be centered around food, we didn't really get enough food. There was only like 4 or 5 big dishes. I didn't go in expecting Delicious in Dungeon, but I do wish they had involved more food or more of her research than just saying, here's my magic circle that I altered from my mom's research, let's eat. It was also rough having the only reason why people didn't like monster meat being that it had magic in it that needed to be taken out.
Especially since she was able to remove the magic toxins so easily. But the whole show had this awkward, something's off sort of quality about it. Don't get me wrong, Melfi was very cute, and her storyline around her research and her mom were good. I just wish the anime had been more polished. The integrity of the animation declined as the show went on. The pacing would be weird sometimes. Character interactions could feel unnatural or drawn out. Like we were flying on the dragons for 2 episodes, and I felt motion sick from the jiggling camera effect they were using for motion. And they used the same 5 camera angles being on those dragons almost the whole time, so it was not only visually boring, but also too much time as talking heads.
For how long we were flying, I'm surprised at how little the landscape changed, too.
There were also times that camera framing would be strange and character movements would look off. I don't necessarily think it's a fault of the story, I feel like it's a fault of the adaptation and storyboarding. I don't normally put a ton of weight into which animation studio or team is working on an adaptation, but when I looked at the shows coming from Asahi Production, the majority of their anime are mediocre or things that were just plain bad. I haven't read the light novel source material for Past the Monster Meat, so I can't be certain, but it feels like this was a studio issue instead of a source material issue. It's kind of hard to describe, but there was a part in the back of my mind that felt bothered the whole time I was watching, so I couldn't really get into the show. The best comparison I can make is watching an amateur film versus a Hollywood production.
Especially the dragon flight, it was apparent that they didn't originally design the scene for a visual medium.
For me, this was an average 5 out of 10.